Hello, Califax. You get to join me for the tail end of a Dragon King fight. I had to abbreviate last night's stream very shortly. No, I'm not annoying at all. Appreciate it. I do have two things that I need to do actually, which we'll get onto very soon. But yeah, some people are dying, probably, unless I can roll low, which is unlikely to happen. Yeah, so we're mid-fight, and it's not going great, but yeah, we'll see what we can do about it. It's the monster's turn, and we need to draw an AI card. Overheat. At the end of each monster turn, perform Radiate, discard. Okay, so we actually have to do two Irradiates, one at the start of the turn, which is Smolder, but no one's in range, and then one at the end of the turn. So he's got 2 -2 toughness tokens. Okie dokie. And both of those trigger his little unseen agony, but as you can see, when I remove my face, no one's in range. Okay, so she stands up. Everyone else is there. I have to try and close this out quickly because we are getting dangerously low on armor in some situations. Cucumber, however, is absolutely fine. So she's going to dash and surge. 1, 2, 3. So she's in the blind spot. She is using Durandal with her ridiculous stats. Hello, Paint Liquor. That's 2 perfect hits. I love it. Oh, there's a microwave reflex. There's a failure. So that's a critical wound, gain a random Dragon King resource. That's over here. Yeah, we're inverted. I haven't even looked at the cards, so we'll see all about that as soon as I finish this fight. A husk. 1 wound. That is not savage. This one, it's still a wound because we're strength 50 bajillion. So we're going to perform an Irradiate. Yeah, it's so awesome, hey? So I drew Snow the Saviour's card for a character. So I've got a Saviour in the settlement. And the year that I drew it was the year I fought a level 3 Screaming Antelope, and I had a survivor that regurgitated. And I think there's one other caveat. I have a blacksmith, and I had it, and I was like, wow, I've just got to craft it. I've never crafted it. So, and it's actually opened up this crazy gear grid. Particularly, I just got the Lantern Festival stuff. So I've got Lantern Festival gear and Durandal, and I'm sending a survivor out with like 6 courage. So it's like an armor 10 set with crazy stats. It's the best thing ever. Okay, so she is going to suffer 3 damage to 3 hit locations. Head, hands, feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then she will surge. Swing again with Durandal. I didn't mark. Did I mark the wound? That's 2 hits. Don't think I did. We'll see if it matters in a second. Yeah, we're right at the tail end of this. Super dense. 2 failure reactions. That's a 6. It's not a failure. And that's a 2. That's not a failure. We've got 1 wound to do. And I think Taco can go in there with Fist and Tooth. No, Bean. Get in there, Bean, with your crazy... Yeah, Bean's going to die. Tempeh? Do we go with Tempeh? Tempeh has got the Sword of Doom, which can activate when a 6+ to crit. Yeah, we'll do Sword of Doom. She's -1 speed, so yeah, that's probably our best bet anyway, because we just want to do one thing. We roll a 1, she will surge. She's in the blind spot, so we roll a 9. Come on, Dino. Oh, no, no critical location. She's going to die. No! Unless I can roll Lantern 10. An 8. Hang on, what's their strength? Oh, actually, that is going to wound because he's got 4 -1 toughness tokens. He's 17 down to 14. That's a wound. Yeah, he dies. That's good. All right. So Dragon King resources at level 3. 4 basics, 8 Dragon King. So here's the 8 Dragon King. A cabled vein will let us craft the dragon armor. Everything else we've got. So 1, 2, there it is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 basics. A black lichen. A shining liver. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so something I forgot last showdown, which I need to do, which is a radiant heart. Shining liver. I reckon that shining liver would be a perfect organ if they were to go to that. Yes, indeed. Someone does get insanity from the skull, and we'll make it cucumber. So she now has 36. Mark the proficiency point. Mark the proficiency point, doesn't matter. Marked it, and Tempeh, we didn't pick one. We'll just give her a sword, I guess. Okay, so last hunt, a survivor was supposed to pick up a radiant heart because I did have sculpture innovated. So the returning survivor, Bean came out, so it can't be her. So it's going to be Bolognese. So Bolognese on a 1, 2, or 3 survives. A 1, 2. That's a 2. And this one, we're going to give it to... I don't really want it to be Bean, but she is absolutely smashed up. So I think we'll give it to Bean. She's got phytologist and all this stuff, but yeah, she's rubbish. So Bean, pick up the radiant heart, and she rolls a 3. On a 3+, you burst into flame and die. So Beano dies. Is she undeathable? No. She's been good, but she's dead. So when she dies, we gain a basic resource from her death. And then at the start of the lantern year, we gain 2 from our morgue. Finally, we get a love juice. Okay, so let's depart. Let's return from the showdown. Yeah, this is going to be a bad time. Does it? Cool. Yeah, so we're going to return from showdown. And gain our collective cognition, 6 endeavours. If I had a survivor with crazed, I could have got that strain milestone last night because I had 10 endeavours to spend because I had 4 Tinker's Return plus cooking, plus I got an extra one from an insight roll, and I have cannibalise, so I could have sacrificed 8 survivors. I just didn't have a survivor with crazed. How good. Okay, so unfortunately, because of the stupid Dragon King's hunt events, we have to do a murder, which is bad. And we also have to do the awaited. So our Durandal timeline might be quite poor. We do have a murder bait to kill our survivor. But let's do our event first. So the first one that we do is, we're just going to roll down. That is a 1, it's the top card. An Acid Storm. Okay, very nice. So Acid Storm, we roll a 2. The survivor with the highest insanity must skip the next hunt. So that's Cucumber. Skipping the next hunt. Taco. Yep. Evil Tempeh. Yep, only insanity 2. And Edamame did do her gourmandism eat thing, so she's fine. Yeah, pastor's about to die, and then we're going to follow that up with thingy. Okay. So now we'll find the murder card. And just so everyone can see, I have got plague, I have got skull eater, and I have got murder. We just haven't drawn them. Alright, the settlement discovers someone who is missing. The survivor with the highest hunt XP disappeared while the settlement slept. Nominate the survivor with the highest insanity to be the killer. However, we have someone with skull eater, which is evil tempe. So evil tempe can either be the killer or the killed. Oh yeah, and she got Altered Destiny in that showdown too. Get around that. Marrow Hunger. This survivor is nominated. So I think we'll make her the killer. And we will kill the highest hunt XP person. So she is going to change from romantic to homicidalism, which is cool. She's actually going to be, she's a crazy person. Yeah, we're going to heal our broken rib when we get back to the thing. Alright, so let's do some homicidalism. We'll do that after we do the rest of our stuff. Just grab the thing out. Impermanism, dreamism, gatherism, there it is, homicidalism, third down. Marrow hunger. What do I mean for marrow hunger? So yeah, evil temper's got marrow hunger. What did I say? Did I say something else? Anyway. Oh yeah, skull eater, sorry. Yeah, I meant marrow hunger. She's got marrow hunger. Okay, so the person that is dying is not our saviour artichoke. It is in fact pasta. Pasta is dead. That gains us another basic resource. Hello, match fixer. Monster bone. And we have a homicidalist. It costs an additional Lumi to learn knowledges, etc. Okay, so the story event we have to do is now the awaited. Bum, bum, bum. And I know what that does. I'm sure Match Fixer doesn't know what it does. I'm sure Califax does. It's a bad time for Taco. Nominate the survivor with the highest maturity, highest combined attribute modifier total. It's got to be Taco because he's a fist and tooth master. Licorice has movement, accuracy, evasion. So Licorice has 9. Edamame, no. Dumpling, no. Actually, does Licorice have any? No, no pressure. Torment. No, I did not. That's okay. Taco has been great. Yeah, so Taco is 1, 10, 12, 14. He's out of control. Taco's dead. This cannot be avoided for any reason. All survivors gain subjugated. You may now hunt the king. The king. And literally the only reason why we're doing this, I'm going to fight a king next year at Lantern Year 23 at level 1, so I can try and get some king gear before I have to go Black Knight, Watcher, level 3 king, Dragon King, level 3 king. It's going to be out of control. Okay, thank you. That was great. And what's subjugated? Clear this when you hunt the king. Something like that. Disorder. Subjugated. When you're knocked down, you can't stand up. Some shit. When you're knocked down, you are dominated. When you depart to hunt the king, remove this disorder. Alright, so these skip next hunt rules, I can ignore those because Artichoke has Shadow Caesar. So we're going to do that. Okay, so let's do our Homicidalism roll. Homicidalism. During the hunt or showdown, if you're ever alone with another survivor, you murder them. Proceed to rank 1. Gain a Lumi. Tempeh the Murderer. How good is it? When you inflict a killing blow on the monster or murder a survivor, +1 progress. She's actually got +1 progress. So we'll roll a dice, and we roll a 4. Gain +1 strength, -1 population, gain +1 strength and psychopathy. So we're gaining 2 strength and psychopathy. Yeah, and do you want to know how I got Shadow Caesar? It was such a crazy lantern year. I've got Snow the Saviour, and so she was born. She adopted survivalism, and I used Snow the Saviour's lucid dreams to gain 2 free innovations and get to 14. And so, bang, she's a Shadow Caesar. It was the best. Oh, it's the best. I'm so glad I've done this all on stream because it's been glorious. Okay. Homicidalism. Psychopathy added to our knowledge deck. And we've got a spot to keep our death count. We've got to kill someone, -1 population. And that levels up Dark Impulse. When you inflict a murder a survivor, gain a progress, advance the Dark Impulse 2. Very good. And there's Dark Impulse 2. Indeed we do. But we have to, during the hunt, keep track of your body count before resolving each rank of homicidalism. So we have to do that for rank 1, don't we? On a 1 or lower, the settlement kills you. Don't roll a 1. It's a 9. So, alright, murder, still in the deck, because that was not one of our randomly drawn ones. Excellent. Alright, let's enter some resources, and then we're going to make some stuff, and then we're pretty much going to go straight into a showdown with old mate. Shining Liver, Radiant Heart, Love Juice, Broken Lantern, Perfect Pain, Monster Hide, Perfect Order. Right. So yeah, we can make so many cool stuff. We got black and red armor, by the way. Look at our resource situation. King's Claw, Horn Fragment, Cabled Vein, Veined Wing, Husk, King's Tongue, Cabled Vein. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can craft a whole dragon armor set now. I haven't been going for side. I've done a pretty bad job with weapon proficiencies, actually. I've only got Katar and Fist and Tooth at the moment. Sword I might be able to get pretty easily, and Axe I've had a couple of people get up at it But yeah, no one's actually got close. No one's actually got anywhere near it, so it's been interesting. Basics, skull, monster organ, perfect organ, monster hide, perfect bone, broken lantern, love juice, monster bone. We'll innovate with those 3. So we're down to 5 endeavours. I don't think I have many left that I want. Family and Clan of Death is the last ones that I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, let's not get family out of the the 2 that we wanted. We haven't got plague, so bloodletting's probably the correct choice. Done. Pictograph almanac. You and your almanac rubbish, I'm telling you. Almanac's awful. Radiant heart, shining liver. Yeah, disorders don't bother me, mate. What bothers me is giving up a stupid gear grid slot for an item that sucks. Alright, so let's quickly run this down so that we can get onto the main event, which is the Pariah level 3 inverted showdown. Because that is what we're all here for. At least, that's what I'm here for. We'll just do our knowledges from the forum. I already missed out with the pictograph, the plant in the stone, which is Skrell's settlement event. I drew that last year, and I didn't have pictograph, so we didn't get to make the little tree, which is a shame. Alright, so 4 knowledges. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually quite a nice spread. Freeform dancer I'd like, because we're about to face the red witches. When a monster attacks you with a ranged attack, ignore 1 hit. Alright, so what I want to craft this year, did I gain an iron? No, I didn't gain an iron. Oh yes, I did, sorry, I also gained these. That's right, that's from the start of the showdown. Good one, Dano. That's from last night. Okay, so husk, yes. Horn fragment, yes. Horn fragment, yes. I got a monster organ, another broken lantern, a king's coin and an iron. King's coin and an iron. Hey, Sammy. Yes, it is. That's a shame. Okay, so we're going to do sponge iron so we can make a wrought ironworks thing. So we need a 4+, there's a 4. And that cost us 1. So now with the wrought ironworks, we can craft these items. So I think the longbow is great, and I'll be able to craft 1 more. Definitely, that cost us an iron to do that. So I'll put that up in a second. Yeah, so wrought sledge. Califax, which ones are good, mate? The wrought great shield looks quite good. Maybe we could get shield mastery up with that very quickly. Club is top, is it? On a perfect hit. Oh yeah, slow. 1 speed. Perfection 2. What's that? That's if you roll a perfect hit. Something? Yeah, is it? Is it really? Perfection 2. Well, it makes me wish I had more Deadest with Dark Eye. Precision is your first hit. If you roll a perfect hit, your first one inflicts a critical wound with the wrought twin spear. The lantern mantle. That's an accessory, that's not an armor piece. Crazy. It is. Yeah, alright. So I think we might be able to craft those 3. Let's have a look at our status with resources. So, strange resource, we spent an iron to do the thing. The wrought sledge is 2 iron, 3 leather, 4 bone, and a perfect hide. So we'll spend 1 for leather making, because I don't think we got leather making. And so we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then frog dog, we got lots of thingy. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 leather that we've crafted. So we're at 10. Very good. Okay, so let's make the wrought sledge. We've got the sponge iron. The wrought great shield also requires 2 iron. So we do have a few bits of scrap. So let's spend another endeavour to scrap smelt. I rolled a 10 last time, so that's a 7. So we do craft 3 into an iron. 1, 2, 3. And that will be an iron. Strange. 1 iron. So that's, yeah, and if we can make 1 more, so we're going to use the legendary horns, another broken lantern, and this scrap to try and do 1 more scrap smelt. That's a 2, so that fails, I'm pretty sure. We'll use a lifetime reroll to try again. From one of our 80 million, that's a 10, so we can make as many more iron as we want. So we've got 5 iron, and we've done our sponging. I think we had a survivor named Linda. Yep. Linda, we picked her up from our overwhelming darkness roll. Thanks, Linda, for your scrap smelting skill set. And so we can now craft all 3 of these because we have the 5 iron. We spent another one of those. And yeah, so we'll make, let's see if we can do it in here. Gear, the wrought ironworks. We can craft the great shield, iron, leather, unclean end root. We'll change that to be a perfect organ craft because I don't actually have an unclean end root. I was tracking that with, that was for our other thing. Well, this has a lot of resource requirements. Iron, skull, shank, spiral horn. I'm definitely not using the hardened ribs. Can you get ridiculously out of here? Spindly paw. Iron. Oh, does that require 2 scrap as well? The great shield. Okay, cancel that. We'll definitely make the long bow. Iron skull. Oh, I mean, we'll make the shield. Fuck, I mean, we'll make the club. Sledge. Perfect hide. Iron, leather, skull, shank bone. Spindly paw. Craft. Okay, so we've made those 2. Now we can't make the longbow because it requires 2 scrap. And I have the 2 scrap, but one of them is iron. So, am I better off crafting a beacon shield? I've made those 2, not that. I can't craft a beacon shield because I'm 1 iron short. Were there any of the other gear that the wrought ironworks I could craft? The mantle or the twin spear? 1 iron, 2 leather, 2 bone, 1 perfect bone. Crafting 2 of those would be fun. I haven't got the level 3 Indomitable resources from the Dragon King yet, which is a shame. But soon, very soon. Dragon King resources. Okay, I guess we're holding on for the bow, or we don't even bother. No, I really want to make the bow. I need to send someone out on a long walk to get a scrap, I think. It's a full waste of a resource. Let's go out and get a scrap. That's an 8. We get a scrap. We get a broken lantern. So, can I make it now? I can. So, stop trying to use my good... Stop trying to use me good king resources, or Dragon King resources, you absolute pest. Monster organ, broken lantern, king's coin. Ah, do I want to use a king's coin to make a bow? Okay, stupid idiot. King's coin's it's the greaves. What are you doing, Dano? No, that's fine. Okay, let's make some cool gear grids. So we don't have lantern armor. So where is our best spot for this wrought sledge? We need a red. We need 2 reds. We don't have a lot of reds going on here, don't I? Yeah, I know, the king's coin's needed for the pants, the auto knockdown, which is like the best piece in that gear grid. Alright, so Survivor's going out. Evil Tempe's going out because she can. Oh, I needed to clear a broken rib. That's fine, I'll do that next year. She can stay. Cucumber has skip next hunt. Going to go out anyway because I can. Coprolalia doesn't really matter. Always noisy. Prey, she's definitely insane. Carrot's not going. Edamame, our gourmandist, going. Licorice has Rageaholic. She's hamstrung, that's right, she can't use fighting arts. She sucks. Natural healer, Linguini. Sure, you can go out. Watercress. So this is for our inverted Pariah showdown. And it's very exciting. So Cucumber is our romanticist, leveling up next Lanternier. Maybe I will send out our other one. So I'm going to send out our Homicidalist. And I can do that even though because I've got Shadow Caesar, which is actually pretty cool. So let's drop Linguini. So yeah, Evil Tempe. So we want to use a high-speed weapon with Evil Tempe. So maybe Tempe just goes here with this black and red set. Okay, so we don't need a pickaxe because we're not going on a hunt. We don't need a bone sickle. The first aid kit is always good. Give us more survival. Sword of Doom, unfortunately, is not going to make the cut anymore, so we can probably ditch the Holy Link Pumpkin. Certainly not in this showdown. So we need a lot of reds. Should we make a Dragon King armor set? Does it require iron? Can't remember. Iron. The Dragon Skull helm doesn't require iron. Okay. So how are we going to get the requisite reds that we require for this? I do, yes. Let me go and share those as well, mate. Publish that one, and I'll export that to YouTube. Public, done, save. Okay, so that one the latest one should be on YouTube now. This is the best part of the game, Califax. This is the best. All right, so this is the only one that I've got that's got reds. Someone has ate the fruit and has an automatic red affinity. Who's that? Cucumber. Okay. So Cucumber's wearing a Durandal. So we can't really give Cucumber Durandal and the Wrought Sledge. The person who has the -1 should be the person who wields the Wrought Sledge. So if we do this, that's not too bad. 2 reds and a blue, green. The pumpkin. So where's the Great Shield? So that's just 2 tall hit locations. I'd prefer that to be somewhere else because, so we'll come back to that. Yeah, I know. This is my early morning one. The others are my night time after I finish work. So the wrought longbow needs 2 reds. How are we going to get 2 reds on this Earl set? The Fish of Abundance was archived. Mighty Bone Axe. We could go back to Lantern Greaves instead of the Earl Boots and just use a Clothed and Satiated set. Because all that does is double the benefits, which is great to get doubled deflect tokens. But everything else is fine if it's just 1. And then we could put a Monster Tooth necklace, which gives the bow even higher. So that's probably our easiest way of doing this. We do need the blue down. So there's the blue down. Okay, we do need that. Don't need that. And then we need a red across. I can zoom in a little bit more. So red across the Mighty Bone Axe, Dried Acanthus, yeah, so it's probably the Mighty Bone Axe. And then we put a shield in, I guess. Sure, I've got a spare shield. There's a round leather shield. Okay, have I activated everything there? +2 strength, yes. +2 movement, yes. Your encourage effects will knock down survivors, yes. When you encourage on a 6+ all affected survivors, yes. Doesn't need that. Doesn't need that. 2 reds and a targeted blue, yes. Yes, okay, so that's a cool gear grid. We don't get a luck token from that because we don't have the fish. The black and red armor set. Alright, so this Cucumber is wearing Durandal. And I'm not changing that gear grid, so that's all fine. Evil Tempe is going to be wielding this Screaming set, which is a crazy gear grid. Do I have the capacity to go 2 greens? Maybe I put the first aid kit up here. So I reckon that means we're putting the Stampede Glaive here. But yeah, so that, the reason I do that is that gets me the 3 greens, which means I can put the Monster Grease back up here. Grease. Definitely don't want a red cloak. That's bad. Sure, I got a 3rd grease. There it is. Okay, so doing that gives me the Wrought Great Shield's armor buff, the Monster Grease, the full Screaming set, and that's heavy anyway, so that's fine. But to get the greens here, if we use the pumpkin, that's 1, 2. We definitely need 3 greens in this gear grid. So probably we're ditching the Frog Doggles. Frog Doggles trigger the Luck Charm, which we need. Are there any other utility items that I want? Not really. Any other good utility items you can think of, Califax, that I might have available? I have the pottery now, so I could go for the green charm or the... Yeah, Dried Acanthus is good, but I'm trying to proc some things there. The red charm, green charm, or blue charm? A blue charm might be good. I'm not going to have enough blue things. I spent all this time using Lanternism to get Syzygy, so I'd have 4 blues, so I could just use a blue charm without any other affinities, and then the guy died in the next showdown. Like an absolute idiot against the Black Knight. Just fell off the fucking side. What an absolute spud. White Lion Mask. Can't use that there. Okay, let's look at this one and see if there's anything I need to do here. I've got the green, I've got the 2 blues, I've got 3 greens, I've got 3 greens. Okay, so that gear grid is absolutely a-okay. So let's put an Acanthus there. So that's good. This is good. It's just this one now. I kind of need 2 blues. But if I get 2 blues, then I am losing the Monster Grease. Affinities, green up. Show affinity filters, green up. What do we got? A bone pickaxe or a bone sickle. Acid bombs. Acid bombs are actually not too bad, are they? Don't have any of those. What does the brain mint do? Is that the one that lets you stand up? Fetid Frog Fetter. That's the one that lets you a free knockback at the start of your turn. Bloodskin would be good. I can't use a shield. That's the obvious one. Blast Sword? No. That's true. Oh yeah, I've got the black and red armor set, which increases all knockback you suffer by 4. So that's going to be fun. I think I'm just going to stick with my Frog Doggles plan, which means I don't need the grease. I do have that, so I'll take Dried Acanthus. It's probably the best option. Okay, we're sorted our gear grids. We're ready to go with level 3 Pariah. If we want to buy any of these things, an unyielding would be great. I've got Lumi to burn. So Evil Tempe with unyielding Lumi maybe? Watercress has, on a perfect hit, gain +2 strength until the end of the attack. So you can use the Stampede Glaive set. So you can be in black armor, black and red armor, Watercress. Now, this actually has bonus evasion because if you have a full set of, you have +2 evasion while you have 5 or more resin gear in your gear grid. We have 5 resin gear, so we've managed to get 4 evasion from this gear grid. +2 survival from the not 11 survival. Scribe guy, you're killing me. Okay, and this is the black and red armor. So we do have a shield, we do have monster grease. We're going to go Stampede Glaive instead, which is sick. Not even using the Grimacing Guillotine. And Dried Acanthus. Okay, so save, done. Watercress, you can be in blue. And Watercress is a brave fighter. There's Watercress with the Stampede Glaive. Alright, the next survivor is green Edamame, and I think this is going to be in the Earl Satiated situation, so that's good. It's the Earl Sleeves. Earl Jawguard, Earl Sleeves, Earl Raiment, Earl Tassets. So this is a round leather shield. And this is the Wrought Ironworks Longbow. Excellent. On departure, getting 3 survival. Movement is +2. Strength is +2. Luck, we have 0 luck bonuses. And that's all. And that is a clothed and satiated set, so we'll call that Earl Satiated Bow. Wonderful. Edamame in green. I need a dude survivor with a longbow. No, that's a girl. Excellent. We'll use... oh, no, she's not here. I was going to use the chick I painted, but she's not here. She's at the QMHE right now. Have I got another chick with a bow? Let's have a look in my collection of painted survivors. Why have I not got any other chick with a bow? That's crazy. Do I use the chick with the crossbow? Yeah, we'll use the chick with the crossbow. I nearly crafted the crossbow, and then I didn't. Echoes 2 is actually still sitting on my painting thing. It's the only one that I haven't painted. I've got that, oh no, that's the one. I've got the chick with the bow. I used her in my campaign though. So We'll just use our crossbow chick. Yeah. Okay, edamame with the bow. Up here, so this, and I've picked the person with -1 speed, Evil Tempe, to use the great club. We need a cool club model. There's not a lot of girl models wielding clubs, is there? I could use the bully hammer chick. No, I'm gonna use the chick with the gigantic perfect slayer. Yes. Hiya. Yeah, I've got to get my echoes too sorted. It's high on the list, but I've got the 4 things. All right, and the last one is just going to stay as Morgan the Saviour. Great. I reckon we are good to roll. All right, actually, I do need to adjust. Yeah, loadout. Okay, so this loadout is the Stampede Glaive. So we'll choose that, but we're going to call this Sledgehammer. Ledgehammer. It's happening. The Ledgehammer. All right, so that is the wrought great shield. And that's good. And then we've got Screaming Skirt. Screaming Leg Warmers. The First Aid Kit. Yeah. I've got someone with 2 club proficiency, actually. And then the wrought sledge. Screaming coat. Yeah, okay, cool. So that is 2 evasion, yes. And nothing else. But 3 insanity on arrival. Sledgehammer. And she's got a new club proficiency. Well done. We can use some nightmare training and some butchery to get that leveled up. That's it. We're good to go. Let's do this showdown with the Pariah. Inverted showdown. Pariah. All right. So, if you are wanting to avoid spoilers for yourself, now is the time to look away. We have to scramble to survive against him too. So this is the first time I've looked at this page. I've skipped past this page at every time. Great artwork. I think I've actually got that artwork over there. I do. I got a print from Gen Con, thanks to Bra and Mumford with an E, who got me a print of that, which is delightful. I'm going to get that framed and put that up in here. Yeah, got rid of him, Scarabost. Cleaned him up. He didn't have much to go. Okay, so this is the one where we've got to swing from the roof. Place the monster as shown below, and then we've got to place out pitons. Yeah, I can show off my Gen Con haul. I got the Survivors of Death 2. They're still sitting over there, but I've got all the stuff in play. I've got the Snow the Saviour, again, models are assembled over there. And then I got this bag, which is behind me, Kingdom Death bag. And then I got a pencil to add to my collection from last year. And then I got this art print. It's the same, but it's actually beautifully, like it is a magnificent print. The detail is even more primo than that. So yeah, really, really nice. And I got a couple of resins from Bra, which is awesome. And the King Ooblock shield. I got grey. It's a grey pencil. Okay, so we've got to get out the pitons. So these are the pitons. That's them. Do we have, obviously we don't have any. How the fuck does facism work in this showdown? Congratulations, you found some tall grass growing upside down. Nemesis encounter, Pariah level 3, which is our butcher level 3. Okay, so the pitons we have to set up. We go first. We use these inverted reactions. At the end of the survivor's attack, they are yanked back to a piton as described in inverted. So let's go and read about that. Okay. Inverted. Inverted showdown. They must follow. The only way to reach the monster is to traverse with pitons. When useful anchors, the survivors are not skilled in flipped combat. Their limitations are described on the monster's inverted trait. So let's grab out his inverted trait. I might decide if I want to buy some knowledges before we proceed. That unyielding could be good. Let's see. So we're going to find his inverted trait. So we'll just put all these there. Somatic static up there. Jagged grotto inverted. Here we go. Okay. The showdown takes place hanging from the ceiling. Adept limbs and crushing grip enable the monster to move unhindered. Survivors do not match up. At the end of your attack, you may spend one survivor to cling in place, or you are yanked back and must place yourself in an unoccupied space adjacent to the closest piton. If none remain when you are yanked back, you fall. Place yourself in an unoccupied space adjacent to the closest piton. Okay. So this is the inverted Pariah. So he has jagged grotto, inverted, empathy that, cyclopean cruelty, indomitable, and evasion and luck. Yucky. So somatic empathy, we know. Cyclopean cruelty, I forgot last time, but I got it now. The wicked protruding ribs. Yeah, you can place additional terrain, it looks like, but it's just upside down. Which I don't mind. It makes sense. We're not like we're on a place where we can't. And jagged grotto. When a survivor becomes knocked down, they must scramble to survive. Oh my god, look at that! So being knocked down is bad. So note to self, bring someone with an iron will to this showdown. I might have to play the Manhunter against this guy. So we can get iron will. That's the only way to get it easily, I think. Alright, so jagged grotto, scramble to survive, inverted. We must spend survival or are sent flailing back to the closest piton. Okay, we must spend survival or... Okay, so if we don't spend survival, we get... Yeah, that's true. If you want to roll 15 dice. And so this one says inverted. Use the upside down reactions when they appear. Ignore all upright text. So if there is upside down ones, we do those. Cool. Let's go over to this gear thing and place out our stuff. I'm not sure if we have a fascist, but so the Pariah's there. I haven't painted me inverted version, so that's a shame. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There. 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 This one is there. And the last one is 4 across from that and up 1. There is our piton arrangement ready to go. Feels like I'm setting up a friggin' Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Showdown. Fish of Abundance, archived. So how many cards does this guy need? 6, 10, and 2. So A, B, 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 A, L, 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 B, B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B, B, A, B, A. Reciprocal Rage. Okay, so he's got 10 advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got only 6 Bs. Interesting. He's toughness 17, so he's the same toughness as the Dragon King we just fought. He's got 2 speed, 2 damage, and an evasion and luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he's got 2 legendaries. 1, 2. Okay, so that's there. He doesn't have any unused ones, no. I haven't read any of the upside down traits, so I'm excited by that. That's there. Have we got everything ready to go, Deno? Inverted Pariah. His basic action is as follows. We have Somatic Static. Okay, so I think we're good to depart. I'll give someone unyielding. Who do we want that to be? Evil Tempe has to spend 4 for unyielding. I do want her to survive. Psychopathy. Yeah, so we'll go unyielding for 4. Great. And that'll do. So let's place those out. So unyielding here. She's got Stoneheart Arithmophilia, which we rolled a 5 on, which was great. And she has to get a new one. Okay. So Morgan, no, well, Cucumber, I should say, she's getting dealt out a random knowledge, which is not going to replace Flora Fantasia. It's probably going to replace Stoneheart. She's going to get this one, Unyielding. Unyielding will replace Stoneheart. And she's got Flora Fantasia. So both of these clowns have got Unyielding. Very nice. Flora Fantasia. Flora Fantasia is not going to be much use in this one, actually. But I think I want to keep it on her anyway. Unyielding. Done. So everyone's going to get a understanding when we depart. Edamame, Blackheart, Health, Gourmandism. Blackheart's so fun. So Blackheart down here and Health. Speaking of, we might have actually leveled up Health because I just remember you get a level up when you consume during the hunt or showdown. And she consumed at the end to do that. So yeah, okay, she's close. How many Lumi do you have? You have 5, so we could buy with you that Freeform Dancer. It's only cost 2, so yeah, we'll buy Freeform Dancer with her just in case. And Watercress, Tenacity, Desperate Strike, and Light Warrior. Desperate Strike. Tenacity feels like it's going to be very useful in this showdown, as does the Lantern Festival gear. That's going to be quite delightful. Okay, so let's depart, and then we will gain an understanding on everyone, and we will also gain 3 survival when we arrive at the showdown. And then we're going to apply arrival bonuses, but I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to put 3 insanity here. 1, 2, 3, because I know that's the only arrival bonus I have. Excellent. We're just buying Freeform Dancer on her at the cost of 2 Lumi, which I think I already paid. Nope, we'll do that. 1, 2. We're just going to do an insight roll on whoever that is. Freeform Dancer. The insight roll, we roll 5, that's just gain an additional endeavour when we return. I really wanted to use, so I've got a person with, I think when you kill Nico, yeah, seed pattern, good call. Yeah, when you kill Nico, you get a little benefit, which is ignore cumbersome on bows. I must have killed him. Yeah, I did kill him. That sucks. Yeah, Pastor, ignore cumbersome on bows but lose 2 range. So when you kill Nico, you get that ability. It's pretty awesome. Seed pattern, I've missed about 3, so I'll just deal myself out. I've missed out more than 3, but yeah. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. The tithe box is great. The crab axe! It's not the good crab axe, the one that you need Atlas for. Crab axe! Can we make it? We need a lot more crab survivors. Crab spiders. Hello, Cam. We're about to have our showdown. We're going first, which is wonderful. So yes, we start adjacent to all of these things. There's our chick with the bow. And this is our chick with the stampede glaive, or dude with the stampede glaive. So I reckon we're good to go. Let's get some shit done. I need to get my Dark Impulse guy out. He's got Altered Destiny. What are the chances? Torn Achilles tendon is just skip the next hunt until the end of the showdown. Skip the next hunt, gain bleeding token, so we can get rid of that. That's gone. Dark Impulse 2. Does anyone have Evermore? I really like Evermore. I'm starting to appreciate. I was having a conversation last night in the Discord about how much more I've valued deadism in this playthrough. Yeah, we do have Evermore. Nice. It's actually so good, it's crazy. Okay, we'll just quickly run through each of the survivors and make sure I haven't missed anything. So you've got 10 strength, you don't have 6 evasion. All right, you've only got 2 bonus evasion from the Lantern Festival mask, but you do have the strength bonus, you do have the accuracy bonus, and you do have the luck bonus. Very good. Your armor is actually 1, 2, 3, 4 from the thing there. When you depart with, oh yes, we need to deal out a random. I already did that. That was unyielding. Cool. And you don't get any strength tokens or anything. No. Excellent. Well done, Cucumber. Evil Tempeh. So you've got 2 evasion from your grease. And nothing else really interesting. Altered Destiny's awesome. Cucumber, we've done. Edamame has, on arrival, gain a strength token. That's down here. And, yep, that's great. During the after, yeah, so we need to, what can we consume? Yeah, we're not going to consume anything. We're just going to lose a strength at the end of the lantern year. Tenacity on departure, gain 2 survival tokens. We'll immediately spend those 2 survival tokens now to gain 2 survival. Desperate Strike is great. On arrival, gain a death token, sure. While you have a death token, yeah, we can consume it to gain +2 strength. Don't really need to. Oh, when you depart, add 1 to every hit location. So that looks correct because we have 5 from Clothing Satiated, 6 from Round of the Shield, so that's fine. Edamame's armor, also fine. Evil Tempeh 5, and then Cucumber 5. Yes, that's Screaming Coat, Clothing Satiated, wrought great shield. We're done. We're good to go. So we're first. We are first. I should grab the piton. Okay, Impassable. If you have a pickaxe, you may spend both your actions to extract the ring from the ceiling, archive this terrain, and gain an iron. What? You swing from your current anchor point to another. Place yourself to an adjacent piton within 5 spaces of you. We can still move, can't we? We're just climbing, but then we have to spend a survival to hold on where we are. And if we can't, then we swing back. Yeah? That seems right. Inverted. Adept Limbs and Crushing Grip enable the monster to move unhindered. At the end of your attack, you may spend 1 survival to cling in place, or you are yanked back, and you must place yourself in an unoccupied space adjacent to the closest piton. So we swing forward, we stab him, so we're running forward, we stab him, and then we get flung back at the end of your attack. So that means we can't surge, he's just going to push us back. Okay. And this, if we want to, we can swing around. Okay. Jagged Grotto, when we're knocked down, we get fucked up. I didn't have any freebies, did I? Any free terrain to add to this showdown? I don't have any fascists or, no. Sweet. Okay, so the bow is probably our best option here because with speed 3, we're range 7, so we're in range wherever we are. We don't need to move. We can get a double tap with it by using surge and our basic movement, and then dash and our basic movement. So that seems fine. And it's 3 speed, and edamame is strength 4, which means the longbow is shooting at 13, so we're 4s to wound, and it's got perfection. On a perfect hit, you do an automatic critical? No. Increase the range of your perfect hits. Look up the glossary, make sure I'm right. Perfection. Why is perfection not in the glossary? Califax, help me out. Perfection 1, Perfection 2 from the wrought gear. Increase the range of perfect hits by X. Okay, so we will be perfect hitting on a 9+ from the wrought longbow, which will gain us a free movement at the start of our next act, once per round. So yes, we will start with the wrought longbow. We are 3 speed, thanks to edamame's +1 speed buff. And we will roll our attack roll. So we roll a 9, and a 2. Our accuracy with this bow is 7+. So that goes to 5+ because of our 2 accuracy. So we've rolled 2 hits, and both of those are perfect, so we gain a free move at the start of our next round. I'm going to mark that with this here, so I try and remember. And this was dashing and using our basic combat action. So we'll roll 2 hit locations. So no thingy one. Oh, we've got an inverted one. If the attacker has no climbing gear, the monster crushes their grip 1 digit at a time. What is climbing gear? Where do we get climbing gear from? What the heck? I've never seen climbing gear. So we have to prevail, which means we spend all of our survival or die. Squires do have it, you're right. Climbing gear from the squires. That is awesome. Okay, well, we're prevailing. Oh, that's if we fail. Okay, so don't fail, Deno. So we're a 4 to wound, and we'll do this one first. Move the monster 4 spaces away. Yeah, so I'll actually do this one first, because then we'll be out of range. We won't have to do that reaction if we fail. And with strength 13, this guy's toughness 14. I'll add his luck. Luck token and evasion token he had, didn't he? Yeah, evasion and luck, 2 strength, 2 damage. So this is wounding on a 4+. That's a 2. So we fail. So he's going to move 4 spaces away, and we get a free token on somatic static. That feels okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, friend. We are out of range now. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just barely. So the wrought longbow starts unimpressively. Let's do our Durandal survivor. So the Durandal survivor, Edamame's action is done, and she did a dash. She's adjacent to a piton, so she's fine. Durandal survivor Cucumber. At the start of Cucumber's act, everyone gains a survival because of the Lantern Festival gear. She is going to swing with Durandal, and because of her +1 accuracy from the Frog Doggles, it's doubled because of the Lantern Festival gear. So it's doubled. So the Durandal with its 2 speed is hitting on... Oh yes, reveal the top... Oh yeah, boo. Reveal. What is this? What? What have we got a legendary card for on top? Are we insane? Yes. Okay, this is a bad... I regret my choice at Bring Frog Doggles. I should have just gone back with the other thing. Suffer monster level random brain traumas, subtracting your understanding from each roll result. Our understanding is 7. If you if you perish, archive this card. So that's 3 brain traumas at -7. But we get +2. We don't have any... man, I wish we had that black heart here. Okay, so Cucumber could be dead very, very quickly. So our first brain trauma is a 9. We only lose 5 from it too because of our Accept the Darkness. Tell me if I'm getting anything wrong, Califax. I love you. Brain trauma. 9 -5 is 4. Flee. You are knocked down and suffer knockback equal to the closest board edge. Gain 1d5 insanity. That is 1, 2, 3. So we then are moving away to here. So the next brain trauma that we suffer is a 9. We flee again, gain 1d5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on a second. When you're knocked down, we have to do Scramble to Survive. Scramble to Survive. It is impassable, yes. So we'd go around. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. If a survivor has heavy gear, subtract -1 from your result. Okay, no heavy gear. If you have 5+ strength, we do, add +1 to your result. If you're carrying a whip or have the climbing gear, we don't have a whip, but that's awesome. Each adjacent survivor may spend 1 survival. That is very interesting. Okay, so this is when we were knocked down from the very first flee brain trauma. So we're not going to have to do this a second time. And we're adding +1 to our result. Yeah? We don't have climbing gear, we don't have a whip. Yeah. That's another 9. We've rolled 3 9s in a row, so that's a 10+. You gain... Oh no. Place your survivor standing adjacent to the nearest baton. Does that mean we have to do it again? Because we get knocked out again. I'm pretty sure it does. So flee. We're back there. Knocked down again. Very good, Jenna. Another 9. We're standing again. Oh, I've just rolled 4 9s in a row. How do you like me now? So we've got our final brain trauma. we're -5. If you perish, archive this card. Well, archiving the legendary is not that bad. If you survive, sundering. Okay, so our third one at -5, it's a Lantern 10. So 10 -5 is 5. Danger Seizure. You thrash it wildly about, dealing 1 damage to yourself and every adjacent the survivor. Gain 1d5 Insanity, 2 Insanity, 1, 2. And gain a random disorder. I'm going to get rid of Coprolalia? No. Prey. Binge eating. Great. Okay, so we survive, and we've been managed to scramble to survive back into position. Danger Seizure, gain a random disorder, and 1d5 Insanity. Okay. Proceed. Proceed as normal. If you survive Sundering, Sundering's bad as well. Everyone just watched that happen, right? I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free for the first time. Oh, we can't roll a 2, 3, 4 here as well. You can just die. Oh no. I need to do it again. I've got to keep using the blue dice. It's been on a tear. Secret Fighting Art Quadruped. Roll another 10 dinner. Come on! You are free. Permanently ignore the effects of somatic empathy. Clumps of hair. Oh my god. Sparks of hatred multiply in intensity. Gain Secret Fighting Art Quadruped. We'll gain a torment. And we'll get the Secret Fighting Art Quadruped. And I'm going to get rid of that wound. Which means, unfortunately, when I proc his trap, that's going to be in there and someone else is going to have to do this. Oh. Okay. Use... You cannot be knocked down. That is so cool. You may use... Oh, wow. Cucumber. You animal. Okay, does that get archived? Sundering? No, it doesn't get archived. Well, that was a good use of our frog doggles. I'm glad that happened. Let's swing with the Durandal. 2 hits, including another 10 on the blue dice. Seems fine. Trap. After all this time. Always. Was I supposed to flee from what? I did. I fled twice. And then when I scrambled to survive, I landed back up, standing up. Check this out. Scramble to survive. Piton, if you roll a 10, gain a survival, already at max survival. Place yourself standing adjacent to the nearest piton. But also, I can't be knocked down anymore now. Okay, so you have to draw cards from the wound deck for the trap. If you can't, which we can't, you just perform basic action. I'm pretty sure that's right. If fewer than 4 cards are revealed, perform basic action targeting the attacker. So basic action targeting the attacker. So it's 4 speed. Hitting on a 3+. The 3+ goes to 5 plus, 6 plus. Five, 5, 2, and a 9. It's 3 damage, which goes to 5 damage to the head. We will spend a survival to dodge that. The monster is not on a piton, so I can't use Flora Fantasia. Am I doomed? I can't spend a survival to dodge that. So I will suffer 5 damage to the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Posturing. Survivors and the monsters facing involuntarily imitate the posture and suffer bash. So this is such a wild start to this showdown. So our other legit survivor has to scramble to survive. And that person is wielding heavy gear. They have the wrought sledge, the wrought great shield, and we have to... Yeah, the frog goggles have been wonderful. It's just been tremendous. Scramble to survive. So adjacent survivors would be able to spend survival. However, because we are thingy, we cannot. We've rolled a 2. Unfortunately, our wrought great sledge survivor is dead. Well, that's a disappointing turn of events. Except, undeathable. Can we roll a 6 plus and survive? Undeathable. Oh, it's a 5. I think that person's used their thing. This is our homicidalist anyway, so it's probably okay if they die. Murderer. Yeah. Undeathable, they die. Oh. What a disappointing turn of events. I was excited about using that. I was excited about that survivor. And that just happened because he knocked us down from his basic action. We have not done a wound yet. We haven't even... Did we do a wound? No, we failed in our first wound roll. Okay, so Durandal's now going to swing. We roll 2 hits with Durandal. It's another inverted one. It's a reflex and an impervious super dense. Okay, so we critical. What's this guy's speed? These cards... I haven't actually made an attack yet. I just used the frog toggles. He's moving 8. Okay. Yeah, because I have to decide now, don't I? Yeah. I'll just use my movement. I've got an attack and a movement now because of my quadruped. So I can still surge and I can still dash and I can make 4 attacks. What an awesome ability. I hope I get through this showdown because that is such a cool card. Quadradept. Use all your limbs. You may use that as that. So I can surge 4 times effectively. Or dash 4 times. Okay, yes. So we're going to do this impervious super dense. See if we can crit. We can't crit. The Durandal is strength 50 bajillion. So this is a 2 plus to wound. It's a wound. Outraged the monster. Okay, so we get this and this is gone. So we ignore, and we ignore the effects of that anyway. We don't have to worry about that for that guy because we permanently ignore the effects of somatic empathy, which is cool. So his reflex is he's going to move towards the thing with the most survivors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if he gets adjacent... Full move the monster towards the piton in range with the most survivors. Okay, so it's this one here. So that is going to knock down. Sorry, smash that. All survivors adjacent to it are knocked down. We don't get knocked down because we're never knocked down. It's the end of our attack. So we will get moved to the nearest piton, which is there. And that is the end of that attack. we can still move by dashing and then surging to swing again. So I think we'll do that because she's our best survivor at this point. We do. Actually, do we need to? Let's just read this again. Inverted. Or you... No, so it's, you may spend one survival to cling in place, or you are yanked back. Okay. So if we don't spend the survival, we get flung backwards. If we do spend the survival, we stay where we are. So we'll spend a survival to stay where we are, and then we can still dash. Yeah, so we'll just stay there. Durandal swings again. That's a perfect hit and a 7. Another inverted one. Alright, so that's fine. So yeah, that's not a failure. So, oh look, that was a wound we did last time. And then this is the next wound. We get to ignore the somatic empathy. And this one's a failure. That's a critical wound. All survivors place a token on somatic static. 1, 2, 3. We don't need to worry about that. So she's done a surge. Let's spend a survival to dash, and we'll treat that dash as a thing, and we'll spend another survival to stay in place at the end of our turn. Yep, thank you. 4. Swing again. Let's go, Durandal, let's go. 2 more hits with Durandal. Failure. Another inverted one, a reflex. Prevail or you are knocked down. I will just accept that reflex. Thank you very much. We roll a 1. So we prevail or we're knocked down. We're knocked down. That's fine. We roll a 7. That's a wound. What does it do? Hey! Glimpse. Reveal the top. Oh, that's so cool. Gain an understanding if we fail. Okay, now at the end of our turn, we're going to swing back to the closest piton. And that is a wonderful start to this showdown. I'm gloriously happy with that survivor's performance thus far. So we're going to use our Stampede Glaving Tenacity Wielding. Closest is the other one. Cool. We're right there. So Watercress is going to dash. Watercress is dashing, and so that adds +1 to the Stampede Glaive. Speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will... we're not slamming, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into the blind spot. And we will swing with Watercress. Oh, this is actually a bad play. That doesn't have enough strength to do anything, really. I don't get any strength buffs, do I? Yeah, that weapon is not good enough for this showdown. Increase all knockback you suffer by 4. When you transpose. Ah, yes, no, that's what I want to do. So, yep, so we'll actually end our act there and we'll spend a survival to stay in place. And we'll put a accuracy token from our black and red cuirass, a -1 accuracy token there. Actually, we've got Desperate Strike. I suppose it's worth having a swing. A couple of Desperate Strikes. An 8 and a 7. It's 2 hits. Needing 10s to wound. a wound. Oh, another inverted reflex. Oh, if the attacker is not adjacent to a piton. It's an iron will. That's true. You're absolutely right. Look at this. Gain iron will. Suffer the blind, severe head injury, and iron will. Okay, so I think we need to roll a 10 to wound here because the Stampede Glaive didn't roll a perfect hit. And it is toughness 17. And yeah, we're strength 8, so we need a 9 to wound. We don't have any luck, so we actually can't critical because he's got a -1 luck token. So yeah, so we just need to roll a 9, which will do a wound. I can roll a 10. I roll a 1, so we fail, so we don't have to do anything there. This one is an inverted one. We're not adjacent to a piton. Full moves the monster towards. Can we do the wound on that one? No, we can't. We roll a 7. This was a bad plan. I shouldn't have attacked. I said I shouldn't have attacked, but if I rolled a perfect hit, maybe it was a chance. So we suffer bash. That means we need to scramble to survive with our light warrior watercress. Because he suffered bash and he's knocked down. Cool. He rolls a 3 and he dies. Do we have +5 strength? No. Do we have heavy gear? No. No adjacent survivors can add +1 to our roll. Archive any fragile gear in your gear grid. We don't have any fragile gear in our gear grid. So Watercress also dead. What a shame. I was excited about that guy. I suppose we use our lifetime reroll. He's got the Watched, which is a cool ability. Yeah. If you end your movement on terrain. Yeah. Okay, so reroll. He rolls an 8. So that is gain an insanity. Place your survivor standing adjacent to the nearest piton. He's over here. Okay, so he is all done. Everyone's done. It's the Buffhead's turn. So let's flip this and see what it is. Two-toe talk. Oh, this attack is keen. What a shit guy. This showdown's amazing. Random threat in facing, none. Random threat in field of view. Doesn't say in range, so that can be anyone, including edamame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Move and attack target. 4 speed, because it's keen. It's hitting on 3+. I really don't want Cucumber to get attacked now. I just want Cucumber to stay alive forever. We are reducing hits from damage. Place a token on somatic static, doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, that's a good point actually. I should get +1 because we're unyielding. Alright, so these are hitting on 3s. A 2, a 3, a 4, and a 10. The blue dice, again, rolls a 10. 3 hits. Where do those hits go? Head, boots, waist, and they're 3 damage apiece. So waist, 1, 2, 3. Boots, 1, 2, 3. We place a token on somatic static. We gain a bleed token, 2 bleed tokens. But unfortunately, 1, 2 can't be knocked down, and 3. It's a severe head injury roll. We do have a Drydocanthus, which is good. We don't have any systemic pressure. We can dodge the head. We'll dodge the head. Thank you. And that's it. That's his attack. At the end of his turn, he does a second one. And that is This one. Closest survivor in phasing in range. Tremendous. So it is 4 speed again, hitting on 3s, which goes to 6s. That's a 3, a 9, a 3, and a 6. So we'll blitz those two. We can't dodge this, but it's body and waist, and these are 3 damage. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What I really need to do is get this guy to be standing on a piton, because then I can use Flora Fantasia. Do you know what that one is? You can just dodge for free. Free dodges for all of your life. Okay, so the end of that says, the target suffers knockback 6, bash, and loses 3 survival. We place a token on somatic static. Now, the pitons are impassable. So if we look here, I get knockback, bang, I hit that, I stop, I suffer collision, which knocks me down, and then I'm not ever knocked down because I'm a quadrupt. Oh, it's a glorious day. Let's just kick the shit out of this guy with Durandal. It's great. Okay, can our crossbow get in range? So our crossbow has a bonus speed act. So let's do our crossbow first. So we'll do a free move to get into range. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's range 7. So we go there. And then we'll spend a survival with edamame to shoot with the crossbow, 3 speed. That's a perfect hit and a 3. A 3 is not a hit, so it's just 1 perfect hit, which means we gain our free movement next round. And we do have a failure reaction. But we don't fail, but we don't critical. So she's going to reveal this and suffer the effects, gain a -1 movement token. We're actually okay with that. And we do have a token here on somatic static, but a -1 movement token doesn't really bother us at this point. -1 movement token. Oh. She's movement 7. So she'll spend a survival to stay where she is. And she'll spend a survival to shoot again using the dash surge thing. Did I remember to do that last? Yeah, I did, because she had 9, I think. So shooting again with the wrought longbow. 119. Another failure reaction, but she only fails on whatever it was. That's a 7. We'll take that. It's not a fail. It is a wound. And we reveal, suffer the clarity brain trauma. Clarity. You are knocked down. Add your current survival to your insanity and reduce your survival to 0. If you already have 3 disorders, you die. We will spend a token to ignore that thing from somatic static. Vindictive. That's a bad mood. She's then going to get pulled back to the closest piton, which is this one. Our wrought longbow coming in clutch. All right, let's swing with Durandal again. So at the start of her act, all survivors gain a survival. Goggles, come on, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't have to suffer the penalty. Suffer the brain damage equal to the number of cards in the monster's wound stack. Okay. That's great. All right, Durandal. I'm going to get this chick some speed. 9 and a 5. That's 2 hits. It is another legendary. That's a trait. Let's read this card. When this comes into play, designate the survivor with the highest combined total attribute to be the victim. When the monster is wounded, the victim suffers a random severe injury unless they can remove a token from somatic static. When the monster is defeated, the victim dies unless they remove a token. That is bad. That is so bad. Fellow traveller. Looking forward to discarding that from the deck. Or when I say discarding, I mean... So we've done 2 hits. There's the first one. This is a first strike. Ah, the reflex zone. Turn to face the attacker. That's alright. We're 2+. It's a Lantern 10. So we do a wound. We get rid of fellow traveller. We don't have to do anything with it. We then kicked away over to here. At the end of our attack, we get brought back to the closest piton. And we'll swing again with Durandal, using our movement this time. That's a Lantern 10 and an 8. It's another kick. He's kicking us all over the place. There's a reflex. That's another Lantern 10. I'm on a hot trot of about 5 in a row. Exchange all attribute and bleeding tokens with a random other survivor. I don't think I'll do that, but thank you anyway. He kicks us. Over here. Oh, what else? What happens is other stuff on the kick. Oh, yeah. Knockbacks, yeah. So 3 damage and knockback 5. And we place a token on somatic static. I've got 2 tokens on somatic static, but we do have to suffer damage from the kick. So just don't roll the head, Deno. The body. Cucumber. 1, 2, 3. And then the next kick. The hands. 1, 2, 3. Brawl back in here. Very good. We'll swing again using a surge. Who's dead? Oh, yeah, that's right. Tempeh's dead. That's a shame. We do gain a resource for Tempeh. Just swing with Durandal. We've missed. We've missed. We rolled a 1. One our miss. The other one's a hit. Wants to hide. And this is a Parry Super Dance. Ooh. If attacking with a melee weapon, which we are, that's a 9. You better believe it's a critical. Suffer the frenzy brain trauma. I don't think I will. Critical wound. Gain 3 survival. 1, 2, 3. Those teenage hopes. Cucumber is going to swing again with the Durandal. Rolls only 1 hit this time. We did miss 1, and that's using our dash. Surge and dash, because we can attack 4 times in a round. And this hit location is a failure reaction. Can we critical that? That's a 4. It's not a thing, but it is a wound. Suffer the maniacal laughter brain trauma. I don't think I will. Thank you anyway. Malingering knuckles. All right, do we charge? Do we go forth with the Stampede Glaive? Look, I think we might, because at this point, I don't really care if this survivor dies, but if we get a couple of perfect hits, it's worthwhile. So we can go to here and we can swing with the Stampede Glaive because it has reach. So we'll dash into that position to get an extra speed. Watercress and her are done. She used her surge and dash as well. Yeah, so dash to there. He's got 1 token on somatic empathy, so if he happens to get a wound, he's got an extra speed from the thing. Let's actually surge and eat our death token because we've got light warrior. Yeah, so we'll roll a 1 and see if we archive it. We roll a 10, so we don't archive it. So we've got +2 strength until the end of this attack from light warrior. We just get the 1 attack. We roll 3 10s which gives us 1, 2, 3 perfect hit strikes, which gives us +6 to our hit roll, thanks to Desperate Strike, plus the 2 that we got from Light Warrior, which is +8, meaning we're strength 15, wounding on 2s, just in case everyone at home's wondering what's going on. There's a reflex, there's a failure that's an upside down one. Oh my God, okay, so we're doing this one. We're doing this upside down one, that's a failure, and there's a reflex. So we can't crit at the least, which is okay. So we'll just roll that. We do a wound. We potentially suffer this. Suffer 1 damage to the head hit location that ignores armor. So I think, do we take that and just take the knockdown? Because this one is perform basic action targeting the survivor. No, we'll spend our single token on somatic static. So the head is ignored. This one, yes. This one is a 5, that's a wound, so it's not a failure. So that's fine. We suffered the effects of this one. Put this card into play. Cool. 1 less wound to do. When a survivor gains a negative attribute token, the monster gains a corresponding +1. That's pretty awesome. When this is discarded from play, archive it. How do we discard a mood from play? We need the whip. Okay, so that's great. And this one is a reflex, which we are definitely suffering the effects of. We do roll a wound. Suffer 1 damage to the body that ignores armor. Now this guy's going to do his basic action. Everyone's been watching this, right? This has been happening. It's not just me imagining this happening. This has been pretty normal and totally fine. What are the chances? I know the chances of rolling 3 6s on 3d6 or to get an 18 is like 1 in 216. I have no idea what the chances of rolling 3 10s are. It's got to be astronomical. So it's 1 in 100 to roll 2 10s. 1 in 1,000. Happening live. You love to see it. Okay, so this buffhead turns to face Watercress, our Light Warrior. It's 4 speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Watercress has 5 evasion, so that's why I wasn't as worried about this. 4, 6, 4, and 8. So the 8 is the only one that's a hit. And because Watercress has a accuracy token and the black and red armor, when you are hit, archive an accuracy token to ignore that hit. Thank you very much for being my missus. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. We suffer bash. Survivors and the monsters facing involuntarily suffer bash. And so bash means we are knocked down, which means we have to scramble to survive. Unless you're adjacent to a piton. Or just, that's it. Piton. No, okay, so we just have to do a scramble to survive. If you have heavy gear, we do not have heavy gear. We don't have +5 strength. Hang on a second. If we roll Desperate Strike until the end of the attack, has our attack ended, Califax? Because this is a reaction? Do we have +5 strength? Okay, attack ended. All right, I'll just roll the dice and see what we get. We roll a 7. So, gain insanity, place your survivor standing adjacent to the nearest baton with an insanity. Great turn, great turn. I'm really happy with that turn. I did like 50 bajillion wounds. There's the traps coming for sure, by the way. It's like, there's like 5 cards left, 3 cards left. Trapping. Get out of here, pest. It's his turn. So, we went first. So we have got a dodge that we've used on Cucumber. No, that was last turn, wasn't it? Cool. Yeah, exactly. So that's... I'm procking the trap. She's got frog doggles, so she could just look, oh, is that the trap? Great. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, this has been the best fucking fight I've done in a long time. Okay, what do we got here? A savage push. The closest threat in facing and in range. It's this guy. However, that guy also gets his accuracy token because at the end of his act, gain a -1 accuracy token. And that was the end of his act after the monster finished his attack. I agree with that. So, this is a 4-speed attack. And, oh, of course we roll. So 3+ goes to 8+. We roll 8, 9, 7, 2. We'll spend a survival to dodge. And we will archive our accuracy token to ignore the other hit. And then, what else happens, Deado? And then, yes, the end of this thing happens. If this attack dealt no damage, perform Malice Tantrum. So Malice Tantrum is the thing here. Full move the monster towards the closest piton. If it ends its movement adjacent to one, archive the terrain. Okay, so we're going to have this happen. He's going to move to here. We're going to get knocked down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked down, which means we have to scramble to survive, and we archive this. We could dash there out of the way. So let's do that. So we're not knocked down. And let's dash to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's it. So that's his first card done. He's got a second card, which is this one, and it is Whirlwind Pursuit, the farthest isolated threat. I've not heard that term before, Califax. Does that mean without a person next to them? Isolated threat. Wonder if it's in here. Without any adjacent. Yeah, that's the logical thing, but I haven't seen that term before. Okay. So the farthest isolated threat is, was it farthest isolated threat in range? Okay, it's the same guy again. Watercress, and he's already dashed. All right, so Watercress, move to here. Place a token on Somatic Static. 4 speed, hitting on 8s. That's a 9, a 10, a 5, and a 4. Waist and body, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a token on Somatic Static. That's it. So that does not worry us at all. It's our turn. Cucumber. Everyone gains a survival because of the gear. So we dash. Yes. Is it the trap? It's not the trap. Oh, maybe we get another little cheeky hit in. So we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll just go there, and we'll swing. Durandal. It's a 9 and a 2. We're in the blind spot, so it's 2 hits. Oh my god, the trap is like bottom decked. How good is that? There's a reflex. Outraged. Full move the monster. All survivors adjacent to it are knocked down. We have our dash back on that guy, so we'll do that. So that's a wound. So we're going to shuffle this. He does have an evasion token. Okay, so this one goes back on top. We don't suffer that effect. So that's done. So we'll now swing again with our surge. So we have surged and dashed with Cucumber. And we know that the trap is on the bottom. Yep, spend a survival to stay in place. We'll actually do Watercress or Runaway just in case we only roll one hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's not attacking, so he doesn't have to spend a survival to stay where he is. So Watercress is dashed. This has been just a wonderful exhibition of Dano's magnificence. A 4 and a 1, we hit once. My plan is great. Automatic reflex. We do a wound. We ignore this. Gain the prey disorder and set your thing into 0. We now have no way of proccing the trap because she's done all of her actions this turn. So the only way we can proc the trap is with someone else. How many cards do you draw with the trap? Is it all of them? No, it's equal to your understanding, isn't it? Is that right? Equal to your understanding. And if you do less than 4, so are we best to just try and proc it with the chick? You can't spend tokens with anyone else, can you? Do we just cop two turns? Yeah. So I'm just going to spend a no survival to swing to here. This guy's just going to go 1, 2 to here. She'll just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. And we hope that Cucumber probably will actually put her here. Oh, we can use Flora Fantasia. Dano! That's our turn. Yep, good. And this guy will now have his first AI card for his turn. So he flips the closest threat in facing in range. We're going to move to here. He's going to swing 4 speed. Cucumber has 3 evasion. So this is hitting on 6s. Wrong button, Dano. Hitting on 6s. So we've rolled 4 hits. Man, if Cucumber dies here, I'm going to be absolutely filthy. I'm going to be so filthy. We can spend a survival to dodge. So we'll spend a survival to dodge. But I'll roll my 4 things first. Because these are minus damage. -1 damage. So we can take a boots. 1, 2, 3. So we'll take a boots. We can take a hands. 1, 2, 3. So we'll take a hands. We'll dodge a body. And we'll spend Flora Fantasia to dodge a head. So I'll put a token on Flora Fantasia. We've used it once. And so then it did deal damage. We suffer bash and knockback 5, but as you know, knockback 5 doesn't really matter to us. And we place a token on Somatic Static. We've got 4 tokens, so Malice Tantrum doesn't trigger. So then he's going to use this one, and this is closest survivor in facing in range. It's her again. So before he does that, we are going to spend... Oh, we can't because we went first. So we're not going to be able to use our Okay, so we'll use Flora Fantasia a second time. So we've still got a survival and a dodge available to us. Because the Flora Fantasia only triggers when he's on terrain. So this one we'd like to not roll 4 hits, Deno. We roll 1 hit, we'll spend a survival to dodge. Shells. Okay. It's now our turn. All of our stuff's reset. We'll swing with Durandal using our basic hit. We hit once, which triggers the trap. The trap does shuffle the wound stack, the attack reveals cards, and that's it. Nice. At the end of our attack, we'll fly to the back. 3, 6, 3. Okay, we'll surge. Double 3s. We'll attack again. A 2 and a 3. Can you believe this? We go the 4th time. That's a 9. Actually, sorry. It hit on the second one because we flung back to the back spot, the blind spot. Okay, so we hit on the second one. We proc the trap. So the third one is, because we swing back to the closest baton at the end of our attack. And we're now in the blind spot. So the second 2 hit, which triggers the trap, he doesn't turn to face us on the trap, does he? No? Okay. So the third one, we rolled a 3 and a 2. So we've just hit once. So there's a failure reaction. We don't fail. We ignore that. And then the 4th one, we hit twice. Impervious and super dense, and an upside down failure reaction. So the impervious is not a wound, and this one is a wound. We have 1 wound left to go on this guy. That was a failure reaction. So we'll move our crossbow chick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, using a dash. Everyone gained a survival, but at this point I don't think it matters. And then she'll shoot with the crossbow. So 5 is a hit. Is it? No, because he's got -1 evasion token. Again! 5, 4, 3. Yep. And she didn't have her free thing, so she don't... Yeah, exactly. So I can't do a double tap. That means this turn. So she's done. So do we go in with our glaive guy? I don't really want to. He's just going to do basic action twice. What's his basic action? Yeah. Female survivor in facing and in range. No, closest threat in facing and in range. Ooh, so if there's no one in front of him, he doesn't attack. He just does Malice Tantrum. Full move the monster towards the closest piton. Archive the terrain. Yeah, it's probably fine for him to just do that twice. Yeah, someone needs to be in facing, so there's no one in facing. So I think I'm just going to let him Malice Tantrum twice. Female survivor in facing and in range. Closest threat in facing and in range. There's none. So he'll just do a Malice Tantrum. And at the end of his turn, does he do that twice? That doesn't end his turn. Interesting. Okay. So we just surge at this point, yeah? He does do it twice. Okay, so we have to try for an attack with the watercress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in facing, he's in front. He'll spend a surge to eat his death token. He doesn't blow up. He's got 4 speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because he dashed. He rolls a single perfect hit on Desperate Strike. So he's plus 4 strength. Which means he's 12, which means he needs a 5 to wound this. There is a failure reaction. 5 to wound. It's a critical, it's a Lantern 10. It's a nice way to finish. He doesn't have a luck, so he can't critical, but... Sit down, you big idiot. Inverted. I found that showdown quite easy. That's pretty easy, really. Complete showdown. We gain 2 hunt XP. We gain 1 weapon proficiency level. I'll just check that I marked that. So Cucumber, definitely with the sword. Edamame went for Fist and Tooth. We'll change that to bow. So she did a wound with bow. And Watercress went for... What is Watercress wielding? Ah, we'll go Spear. Yep. So 2 hunt XP. 1 weapon proficiency. Shrieks a final curse. Archive implanted memories. If the settlement's innovated storytelling, a new tale is born. When it learns White's secret, they also remember the story of the Heartless. Okay, I would very much like to retract my decision to select Bloodletting and gain storytelling so that I can get fused. Whew. Fused. When you suffer a severe body injury, the monster suffers an automatic hit that inflicts a critical wound. That is crazy. Return and advance the year. Alright, so our timeline, we have a level 1 king we're going to fight this year and a hooded knight. Hooded knight is possibly the dumbest story event. So let's do our settlement event. Who's got them? Man, if we have to put a freaking Twilight Sword on our Durandal Survivor, I'm going to be so angry. Alright, let's roll. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Skull Eater. Does the settlement have cannibal eyes? Heroism! So our person... we got someone who's dead. Nominate a random survivor to gain 3 insanity. So who do we want that to be? Let's go Watercress. Oh, who we got left? Edamame. Edamame loses a permanent strength because she didn't eat something during the showdown. Do we make Edamame our Marrowist? We're going to lose health. We've got Blackheart and Freeform Dancer. I love Marrowism. It's a shame we got it at this point, but we have got so many things. It's nominated random returning survivor. Okay, 1, 2, 3, top down. So Cucumber's 1 to 3. it's a 4. So, yeah, it's edamame. Great. So edamame is now a Marrowist. You may archive a bone resource to consume it. If you do, gain the marrow hunger impairment. I'm going to roll on Hooded Knight. We roll a 5. That's the good one. It means we don't get the thing. And since we're going to be killing the Watcher before the next visit, I'm not doing a Hooded Knight anymore. Yeah, I already gave him the -1 strength from the Gourmandism. Happened like 2 seconds before you said that. Come on, Califax, get your game. That's why he's strength 0. Marrowism. Untouched treasures. Kainalumi. And roll 1d10. All right. That is a 2. We don't get this one, but we gain +1 strength from eating a bone. Num, 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 num. And if we roll a 1, you gain 1 strength and 10 insanity. If you roll 8, 9, 10, you gain a speed. Next time you depart, add 1 to hit locations. Cool. Guess what we're doing? We're going to level up osteophagy all the way through because we've got so many bone resources. How many endeavours do we have? 6. That's it. All right, so 6. We gain a hide from that person who died at the start of the thingy phase. Have we got 30 dead survivors now? We got 31, so we get 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Monster bone, perfect bone, monster hide. So we'll go this, this, and an organ from the Dragon King. Actually from the Frog Dog. Aqueous Eye. So that's our innovate for the year. The innovate is, it's going to be family if we get it. Would you believe we did not get family again? It's the 1 in 5 chance that we did not get family. Excellent. Storytelling, white speaker, doesn't really matter. Pictograph, doesn't really matter. Forbidden dance, sure, we'll take forbidden dance. This has got to be the first campaign in a long time that I've not had Clan of Death. And we've got bloodletting. All right. So we've got Heart Flute added to our innovations. Oh, and we archive the Pariah's free thing when we depart. We archive implanted memories. So that means we can do a white secret as normally. Pariah. Departing survivors gain 1 understanding. Cool, so we can actually do white secret. We can get ageless survivors. That was our innovate. That was one of our things. We've got the water of life. We can remove a disorder. We're going to use a bed to rest and remove our minus. Oh no, that person died. I was going to say remove our broken rib. We don't need to breathe a vein. We don't have any iron to do ironworks. We will use that, I think, to get some weapon proficiency levels. And then I think we've got nightmare training, so we probably just nightmare train at this point, LMN. Yep. So survivors that will benefit from weapon proficiency. Artichoke can stay in the settlement, we don't want her. Probably don't need to worry about Bolognese. Edamame is an awesome guy. Watercress, oh that's right, we're going to do some level ups. Ego's good. Linguini's good. Macaroni's good. Parmigiana has the clever, awesome. Salad, awesome. Okay, cool. So we've got a lot of good survivors now. So we're probably fine for the rest of the thing. We're going to do a romantic level up. Level 2, pondering romanticism. Life is adventure. If any survivors died last year, they did. Tell a tale of your tribulations. We roll 4. Gain 1 movement and 1 understanding. Depart this year if able. 6 movement. 1 understanding. And we can choose to depart or not. I would have liked a triumph because you get a courage. Romanticism. No knowledges. Very cool. And then the next person who thingy is our survivalist. We go to rank 2 survivalism. Does it? I was going to depart with him anyway, but... Alright, rank 2 survivalism. That is a lantern 10. Rolling dive. The next time you depart, gain a bleeding token. Gain tumble. Rolling dive and tumble. Very good. Tumble. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. Oh, rolling dive. I don't think I want that. So we'll get rid of light warrior and we'll put tumble. We don't want rolling dive. Alright, let's eat some bones. So how many bones do we need to eat? Marrowist. 1, 2, 3 bones to osteophage 2. 1, 2, 3 bones. That's fine. And osteophage 2. I love marrowism. So we've got the marrow hunger impairment. And we'll consume another 5 bones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Num 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 num. Osteophage. 5 more bones. That's all organs. 1 bone. 2 bone. 3 bone. 4 bone. 5 bone. Osteophage 3. That is exciting. I love that so much. We now have 2 survivors that do not require armor, or not require armor to make them good. So we can probably ditch that screaming set now. And wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to be me. Let's give I'm going to spend the next 5 or so minutes talking about how good I found the Pariah expansion. And then I'm going to head off. I will be back again tonight to play the next 2 Lantern Years, which will be the King level 1 and then the Black Knight level 3. How do I feel about the Pariah? Yeah, I mean, I can't see myself using the Butcher again for a long time. The Butcher I've obviously played to death. He's great. the Butcher. He's not a bad experience. He's just good. He's good preparation. But Pariah just changes the complexity of the settlement in a completely different way. Lots of understanding gains has both positives and negatives, and it's obviously punishment when you face him. But the tempo of his fight is so fascinating because you kind of need to spread it around doing the damage, and you kind of need to be very careful with your somatic static usages. You know, it's just a really engaging fight in a different way. The Butcher is kind of like, at a certain point, it's just try not to get frenzied, and if you get frenzied, it's just who can roll the quickest to run him down. And sometimes you play the Butcher and he just will roll 8+ and he's invincible forever and he'll kill you. And sometimes when you play the Butcher, he won't draw any brain damage and you never get frenzied and it's all fine. So the Butcher's the addition of the Killennium Butcher made a big difference for the Butcher, in my opinion. It changed that fight in a really nice way. But I think the Pariah is a better nemesis than the Butcher because of the texture he adds to other elements of the game. I think Mossy just messaged us when we're going to the gym. I'll say we'll go gym at 11. So yeah, that's a nice change, how much it adds to other elements of the settlement and what it does for that. So the Manhunter, I'm looking forward to Campaigns of Death to see what will change for him in the where he's placed and what happens with his settlements, events, and what have you, because he's a fun fight, and he's got some cool gear, and he's got some cool innovations, so he's great. But yeah, for me, it is all about Tumble 1, yes. Okay. Yeah, for me, it's all about Pariah, and I think he'll be the level 1. He'll be my node 1 nemesis for a fair while. What is that? Oh yeah, that's my secret fighting art. Quadradept. Light Eater, Light Stealer, Disassociation, and Unyielding again. Alright, well someone's buying Unyielding. So yeah, the downside of the Pariah is that he actually has some negative synergies with the Red Witches, as well as some positive synergies. But negative witches, and the witches are so good as a node 2 nemesis that I can't see myself using another node 2 nemesis for a long time. So that's the only mark against the Pariah at this stage. Thematically, it obviously is great for people who don't want to hear spoilers. It's story spoilers, it's not spoilers about the game. The Pariah is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Califax, I think it's actually Fade's daughter, or a son, rather. Fade used to be a white speaker, had a baby, which they're not allowed to do, which is why everyone's hunting her down, and the baby was the Pariah, which is why he hates Red Witches. It's Owen the Squire. Yeah, but isn't it also Fade's kid? I know it's Owen as well. Spoiler for the Inverted Squires, the Mountain campaign. Squires campaign from Black Knight. Well, I think it's both. I think he's both. Yeah, it's a gear card that turns into him, maybe. Anyway, he hates Red Witches, so it's all cool. It's all cool. So yeah, I think Pariah, if I was to rank the expansions on a linear scale of 1 to 10, I could go through and do that. I could do a little, like a proper video for it. But yeah, I think the Pariah is a very solid 8. Really engaging. I think the Black Knight is a 10. I think the Red Witches are a 10. I think the Frog Dog is maybe a 6 or a 7. I think, and those are the most recent expansions. And Gambler's Chest is hard to rate against this scale because it adds so much. But if I'm rating it, it's an 11 because it's just adding everything. It's incredible. Great. So Cucumber the Quadradet. We just need to get her more courage now. What do we spend? So we've got 5 endeavours left. Oh yeah, we want to level up weapon proficiencies. So Aeneas, that's a great question. So Wanderer's Luck is probably a 2 out of 10, mostly because he just arrives too late, and by that point everyone is already better than him, and it's hard to engage with his story. Aeneas' story, probably 6 or 7 out of 10. It's pretty interesting, but in terms of what she adds to an early to mid settlement, I think she's a fantastic expansion because you have a trade-off of I don't really want to give up resources at this time. It's such an important moment in the campaign progression. So having to give up resources is such a crazy trade. But when you do, you get luck and strength and you get a survivor that's really powerful. And sometimes that can be enough to get you through showdowns, especially if your settlement's not going well. So having a survivor that gives you the ability to win showdowns, but then sacrifices your resource output to do so is an awesome dynamic. The knowledge I didn't use once. I haven't used it at all. I don't find it super interesting because Ark Survivor's Secret Fighting Arts, maybe you can get it if you eat an Indomitable resource. It's not interesting to me. Archiving resources, again, it's a tough call. I didn't see what the leveled up version did, so maybe the leveled up version is better, but if I was to guess, I would say the level up version based on the first version is you can eat a node 2 or a node 3 monster on the next ones. That's a node 1 quarry monster, so level it up, cool, to node 2 quarry monster. Yeah. So you can do that multiple times each year, so it's like osteophage. So we could literally just do this like 5 times now. Yeah, 2 survival and 2 insanity is not a bad trade for that. Let's have a look at her cards, since she's already retired. And see if I'm right. Dubious Fair 2, I'm right. Dubious Fair 3, I'm right. Yeah, so it's fine. What's that? Is that... yeah, the Indomitable Resources carves up because it thins the deck so you don't get as many of the cool patterns, which I actually think is good. I actually think that's a positive for the game to have those, because the Smog Singers have one as well that's not... Oh yeah, King of 1,000 Battles, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's not a good thing to always get the Indomitable Resource of, and here's a pattern. Like, I really want to get the Stampede Glaive and the other one, Palian or whatever her name is, just so you're getting different things each time you fight a level 3. And sometimes you're going to get no pattern, and I think that's for the best. So, all right, well, I've got Unyielding to purchase on someone. We've got Light Eater and Light Stealer. We could maybe use those. We're fighting a level 1 king, so we'll probably send out some nuffies, but Edamame, our Marrowist, and I'm going to spend these 5 endeavours on weapon proficiency rolls. But I'm going to do that this evening, so feel free to join me then. Mossy and I are going to the gym now. Can't wait. But that Pariah, fantastic. I'll give you my rating on the Red Witches if we get to the level 3 Red Witch fight, and what we do then. And tomorrow night I will be back painting, I think. I think we'll do some painting. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more lantern years. I could probably knock that over in 4 nights maybe. So maybe I might stream games tomorrow night, but I'll probably get back to painting. I want to paint some of these cool models that I've been kicking ass with. All right, friends, I'll catch you all again soon. Big